Hi everyone, it's Jill here. Apologies, I haven't been on here for quite a long time. I've been a bit busy sorting my own life out. I'd like to read a beautiful reading called Desiderata to you, and it's by Max Ehrmann. Many of you would have heard this reading before, but I've just felt very, very inspired to share it with you today. And it's the 20th of August in the year 2024 at 6 o'clock. So, Desiderata. Go placidly amid the noise and the haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even to the dull and ignorant. They too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain or bitter, for always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself, especially do not feign affection. Neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantment it is as perennial as the grass. Take kindly to the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune, but do not distress yourself with dark imaginings. Many fears are born out of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you perceive him to be. And whatever your labours and aspirations, in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace in your soul. With all its sham, drudgery and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Strive to be happy. Thank you for listening. Desiderata, that's always resonated with me, and especially on the first line when it says, and remember what peace there may be in silence. How many people do you know, ladies and gentlemen, that do not like silence? They have to have TVs on or radios or some noise, and it's like they can't be comfortable in their own skin in that space. But it's so, so important, ladies and gentlemen, just to find that peace within and to be still. It's not uncomfortable. It is beautiful. And when you then open yourself up and work with spirit and simply say, I'm here for you as you are for me, that's when the magic happens. That's when you really resonate with the true spirit within, the wonderful spark of the divine that you are. And you all have your bit to do for humanity, especially at this time. It says also later on that many fears are born out of fatigue and loneliness. And my goodness, how many people, especially over the last 4.5 years, operated from a place of fear, when fear is the opposite of love. You may remember, ladies and gentlemen, many, many years ago, there was a Pixar animation film, and it was entitled Monsters, Inc. Now, in this story, if you haven't seen it, there was these monsters, and they scared children, and they harnessed and harvested that negative crying and screams to power up their world. And in the end of the film, then they realised that they could power their world by the children's laughter, which is obviously much better. But there's another subject about Monsters Inc., which I'm not going into here because I want to keep the vibration high and positive. Now, if you think about it, ladies and gentlemen, sadly, so many people over the last 4.5 years operated from a place of fear, and that basically is giving your power away, giving it to those that wish to control us and to have power over us. And all it does when people operate from a place of fear is to feed that negativity. And if you see it just going out into the ether like a ripple effect, all that was doing, and some people do sadly still live in that state of fear, all that is doing is giving your power away, and most importantly is giving your, I don't normally like using the word energy, but giving your power so that others can thrive on it. If you think about it, and like the film Monsters Inc., if we can get this world, ladies and gentlemen, this critical time for humanity, back to a place of love, that cannot give that power to those that want to take charge of us and those that want to control us. If we come from a place of love, because we are a spark of the divine, and it's pure love that we operate from, then those that wish to control us have no power. It's that simple. So if you haven't seen the film, I'm not going to suggest you watch it, but basically at the end of the film they learn to power their world by the children's laughter and love. Now, I always come from a place of love. This is why I've been speaking my truth, not always quietly, for the last 4.5 years. It's so important, ladies and gentlemen, to sow that seed and to speak your truth, however uncomfortable this may be, and people may accuse you of not being helpful. But I'm actually a nursery nurse. I did my NNEB nursery nurse training from the age of 17 to 19, way back in Essex, many years ago. So I'm always coming from a place of love, and this is about the future of humanity, and especially the children. The children, ladies and gentlemen, need to be free, first of all. They need to have fun and adventure. They need to be out in nature, learning life skills and back to basics, very back to basics, coming out of the systems that will indoctrinate them and tell them it must be like this and it must be like this. I mean, when I was at school and at college, I always got told off for asking questions, but why not? This is how we learn. And encourage the children to always seek their own truth and to be amongst nature and to be free. This is why I've been speaking my truth for the last 4.5 years. It's all about the children. I would love to see the children grow up in a world where we're being self-sufficient, off-grid as much as possible, and having fun and learning, bartering, back to bartering. I've said for a long time, because I teach Reiki, I'm a Reiki master teacher, that we need to go back to bartering. It's exchange of energy like Reiki. It's beautiful and it's so simple. And we need to look after each other and to form these beautiful communities again where we really do care. And if somebody's in trouble, somebody's there to help them, whether it's a friendly face, a smile, a hug, just listening to somebody. And also I'm doing this because of the elderly. As many of you know, I was a carer for my, feel emotional now, for my wonderful father Bill until he passed naturally of old age at 94 here at Eva's Retreat, and I was his carer, and it was difficult at times and very challenging, but I promised him I'd always look after him, and I did. So I know I've done my dad proud. It's the elderly. Take counsel of the it says in the reading about the counsel of the years, and it's also very important, ladies and gentlemen, to listen to the older generation. They have lived through so much, and so many of them gave of their freedoms, and they fought in wars. I am absolutely against war and any violence whatsoever, but they fought, ladies and gentlemen, to give us our freedom. And what have people done with it? For the last 4.5 years, they've just given it away. And I have wept. I know I've said this before, but I have wept for humanity to see how easily that their love has been taken over by this fear. And all that's done is given their power away and given that energy and power to those that wish to control us. It's a time, ladies and gentlemen, to step back and think about those wonderful veterans that gave of themselves to give us this freedom. And what are we doing with it? We're just giving it away. But I haven't. And I know there are many, many other people like myself who are awake, and there's many, many more that are waking up to the reality of this illusion that we've found ourselves in. It's time to step out of the matrix to, as we're going into the fifth dimension, ladies and gentlemen, to leave behind the 3D world and to actually resonate with all beings of love. There is a lot of talk about different universes coming in to assist us at this time. The Palladians, if you haven't heard of them, have a look. And many, many different beings of light and of that beautiful power of love. I know in trance many years ago when I sat for trance, and I'm sitting again now for trance, which is wonderful. Grace, one of my beautiful gentle guides, came through and she said this is the age of the golden light, and I didn't know that, so I research and look up things, and it is the age of the golden light. It's very, very important, ladies and gentlemen, to turn this beautiful planet and the future for the children and all humanity back to a place of love. So any fears you have, quickly change them back to love. Then those that wish to take control of us, they've got no power. It's that simple. There's a great image online, if you've ever seen it, with us, the people that want to be in charge of us sitting around like a board game, and there's all of humanity underneath the table, and it says all humanity has to do is to stand up, and it ends. So it's very, very important. Come from a place of love at all times. If you have a negative thought, quickly change it to a positive one, and sit in the beautiful power of spirit. Or if you don't want to do that, out in nature, barefoot on the grass, and just let nature and the universe just talk to you. All the answers are in here, ladies and gentlemen. It's just giving yourself a chance just to be. And as it says in the reading, remember what peace there may be in silence. Don't be afraid of the silence. The silence will give you the answers. The silence is your time to be, to grow, to sit in that wonderful power of spirit and just let yourself shine. We are all not just a droplet of water in the ocean. We are the ocean. Realise, ladies and gentlemen, that if everybody operated from a place of love, we can make a difference. It's that simple. Don't give your power away. Change it back to love. And as one of my other guides for trance, Jack, says, we need a lot more love and a lot more laughter. So go forward with love in your heart and your mind and see the beauty of this world. It is a beautiful place, and it can be even more glorious and wonderful if we just get back to that power of love. God bless you all. Thank you for listening, and I'll speak to you soon. God bless you.